If the world was crazy, if the world was crazy, you know what I'd eat? A big slice of soup and a whole quart of meat. A lemonade sandwich, and then I might try a roasted ice cream or a bicycle pie. A nice notebook salad and underwear roast. An omelet of hats and some crisp cardboard toast. A thick malted milk made from pencils and daisies. That's what I'd eat if the world was crazy. If the world was crazy, you know what I'd wear? A chocolate suit and a tie of eclair. Some marshmallow earmuffs, some licorice shoes, and I'd read newspaper, peppermint news. I'd call the boys Susie, I'd call the girls Harry, and I'd talk through my eyes, and I always would carry a paper umbrella for when it gets hazy, to keep up the rain if the world was crazy. If the world was crazy, you know what I'd do? I'd walk on the ocean and swim in my shoe. I'd fly through the ground, I'd skip through the air. I'd run down the bathtub and bathe on the stair. And when I met someone, I'd say, "Goodbye, Joe." And when I was leaving, then I'd say, "Hello." And the greatest of men would be silly and lazy. So I would be king if the world was crazy.
Oh, Jim.
Captain Hook. Captain Hook must remember not to scratch his toes. Captain Hook must watch out and never pick his nose. Captain Hook must be gentle when he shakes your hand. Captain Hook must be careful opening sardine cans and playing tag and pouring tea and turning pages of his book. Lots of folks I'm glad I ain't, but mostly Captain Hook.
That's good.
It's dark in here. I'm writing these poems from inside a lion, and it's rather dark in here. So please excuse the handwriting, which may not be too clear. But this afternoon by the lion's cage, I'm afraid I got too near. And I'm writing these songs from inside, and I'm writing these lines from inside the lion, and it's rather dark in here. I actually brought some sheet notes, so I don't have to. Rotten Convention. This is a Shel Silverstein, but it's from Falling Up. They had a rotten convention, and everyone was there. Hamburger face and gruesome grace, and the skull with the slimy hair. There was Mr. Mud and the creeping crud, and Drooler and belching Bob. And there was three-headed Ann. She was holding hands with the whimpering, simpering slob. The unpronounceable name he came, and so did Saw-Nosed Dan, and Poopin' Pete, and Smelling Feet, and the half-invisible man. There was sudden death and sweat-socked breath, big barf and deadly bore, and Killin' Dillon and other villains you've never seen before. We all sat around and told bad tales of the rottenest people we knew. And everybody there kept asking, "Where were you?"
Oh.
Danny O'Dare. Danny O'Dare, the dancing bear, ran away from the county fair, ran right up to my back stair, and thought he'd do some dancing there. He started jumping and skipping and kicking. He did a dance called the Funky Chicken. He did the polka, he did the twist. He bent himself into a pretzel like this. He did the dog and the jitterbug. He did the jerk and the bunny hug. He did the waltz and the boogaloo. He did the hokey pokey too. He did the bop and the mashed potato. He did the split and the see you later. And now he's down to dance with me.